Let's do a self-exploration meditation on the word is not the thing. Take the stand of the witness of the waker. Take the stand of the lower witness. If possible, attempt to rise one step higher than the lower witness to the higher witness. Abiding as the higher witness, recognize how the mind would describe the qualities of the higher witnessing field. What would the mind attempt to say when asked about the description of the higher witnessing field? Words such as formless, changeless, objectless, thought-free do not reveal reality as it is. They only remove what reality is not. When one says that reality is formless, one is only denying form. When one says that the reality is immutable, one is only denying change. When one says that reality is beyond thought, one is only denying that mentalization. But reality is not merely a negation. It is not a blank. It is not an empty absence. It is not a vast mental space. It is not a silent object. It is not some invisible thing behind all experience. but reality is the very self, shining, because of which all forms are known. Reality is the very presence, because of which all thoughts and even their absence are known. So, words are useful only as pointers. They do not carry reality. They do not even produce reality. They only help turn away the attention from false superimpositions. So, when the command appears to take the stand of the formless witness, the word formless is useful only if it helps you stop taking the body as yourself. If the command appears to take the stand of the changeless higher witness, the word changeless is useful only if it helps you to stop taking changing thoughts, changing states, or the changing lower witness as yourself. If the command in meditation is to recognize objectlessness, the word objectless is useful only if it helps you stop searching for the self as something perceivable. Is that recognition happening in your meditation? Is your meditation on the lines where the word is not considered as the thing? Is there a realization that if the mind holds on to words literally, then a new error begins? If the mind hears formless and imagines a subtle space, that is an error. If the mind hears the word changeless and imagines a frozen stillness, that is an error. If the mind hears the words beyond thought and imagines a blankness, that is an error. If the mind hears the word witness and imagines a hidden observer inside or behind the body, that is an error. A subtle space, a frozen stillness, a blankness, a hidden observer are all objects. They are known. They appear to you. Therefore, they are not the real I. Imagining them to be the real I is the error. Direct seeing begins here, where you realize that whatever is known cannot be the knower. The body is known, so the body is not the real I, not the higher witness. Sensations are known, so sensations are not the real I, not the higher witness. Breath is known, so breath is not the real I, not the higher witness. Thoughts are known, so thoughts are not the real I. The I thought is not the real I, not the higher witness. Feelings are known, so feelings are not the real I, not the higher witness. The feeling, I am this person, is known. So even the sense of existing as this or that is not the real I, not the higher witness. When I say establish as the higher witness, do not search for an object. Do not look for a light. Do not look for an experience. Do not seek even a feeling of bliss or oneness. Do not look for emptiness or a void. Do not look for something that can be perceived, not even a perceived silence. Because whatever you find will again be known. And whatever is known is not the knower. The real I can never be perceived as an object because it is the very perceiver. It cannot be placed in front of you. It cannot be seen by the mind. It cannot be grasped by thought even. It cannot be described by language. Yet it is not unknown. Because it is the most intimate truth. The word is not the thing. Before any thought, you are. Before any perception, you are. Before any description, you are. Before the idea I am meditating, you are. Before the idea I understand, you are. Before the idea I do not understand, you are. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. That which is undeniably prior to I am is my very being. That which is undeniably prior to I am is my very being. That which is undeniably prior to I am is my very being. Simply be. Simply be. Simply be.